I was suicidal too. Have you ever played a video game where you're losing and you get angry and you throw the controller because you no longer want to play? It's very similar to the human experience. Throwing the controller will be what we know as suiciding, or hitting the reset button, or looking for the exit because we're not enjoying the game, either because we find it very difficult or because we feel we're losing. That's human nature. We don't like to lose. Our ego doesn't allow it. The ego doesn't want to suffer, doesn't want to feel pain, and certainly doesn't want to die. Because without a body, there's no ego. And how could it enjoy all the pleasures of life if you take away the vehicle to move? Still, the possibility of seeking the exit in this game has crossed everybody's mind. Although stronger and more persistent in some than in others, everyone at some point has thought, what if I just die? What's the point of all these? Or has felt so much pain to the point of feeling so uncomfortable that they no longer want to play. Because people say that there's an eternal life after all these, but no one can prove it. So faith is all we have to fuel us. But if you're disconnected from your faith, your essence, or your connection with the divine source, how will you strengthen yourself to have the confidence that after this game, there's a grand finale with all its rewards, that the promise exists, and that we are eternal beings living a human experience? Imagine that the human being is divided in two, and that right in the center of your body, an imaginary line crosses. When you want to quit the game, it's because you're only playing in the levels below that imaginary line. In those levels, survival is play out. So if I'm not surviving as I wish, if I'm unhappy and vibrating low, it means I'm dense, I'm heavy. Therefore, my connection with that fate, the one I need, is farther away. And I deceive myself thinking that if I hit the reset button, I'll get there faster. And all the pain from the density, the one I experience here on Earth, will magically disappear. But it's kind of a false exit, because it actually brings me back into the game, but at a lower level. The game becomes harder, and I have to level up with greater effort. I enter that endless karmic wheel again. When you want to end this human experience, it's not because you don't want to live it. Come here. It's because you don't understand it. And that's why I firmly believe that ignorance is the mother of all suffering. Because if I don't know the rules, I won't be able to play, much less win. Look, warrior, if throwing away the controller of your life have crossed your mind, you are not alone in this. And anyone who wants to act though and not admit it, then that's not a human. You've come to experience the pain and the pleasure in the same way. Your task is to find balance, the middle point, to balance darkness and light, because duality is the ticket for this plane. What I'm trying to say with all these, that what you need is to educate yourself, to stop being ignorant. Because when you're ignorant, you're vulnerable. And if you're vulnerable, it's very easy to lose control. And you're made for greater things. If you're going to lose control, let it be to take the instructions of the game, read them, understand them, and then yes, take the control and play smart, knowing the shortcuts or the ways to level up. It's not about being brave or cowardly, because I'm sure it takes a lot of courage to end your life. It's about considering all possible options before making a decision that has no turning back. I know that when you're in the depths of the darkness, you feel like you'll never get out. I know, because I've been there many times. But beyond telling you that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, I want you to see it this way. If light is wisdom, and wisdom comes from information, what you need is not to leave the game. It's to understand its rules, to be able to play it and win it. You already have the tools. You just need to know how to use them. But for that, you need to expand your consciousness. You need an open mind and an open heart. You need to open yourself to the human experience with all its ups and downs, knowing that like a roller coaster, you'll go up and you'll go down. But if you fasten your seatbelt, I promise you, you won't go past the floor. There's no hell down there. We create hell every day here on earth when we live disconnected from our essence, our purpose, our mission as humanity. Before your call, there's a preparation. If you're living moments of darkness, it's because you're being prepared to go through them once and for all. Keep informing yourself, preparing yourself. The moment is approaching, and you're the only one who can decide whether to answer the call or not. Forza, warrior.